I want to thank Carrie and Dallin for asking me to speak, and the Untermeyers and the Rausches for all of their help and supporting our team and supporting me, and especially to my team from above and below. There's no way that I would be here without all of y'all, and y'all have made it a get to instead of a have to. So thank you. Oh, okay, so I asked myself, what could I share with y'all that would help you propel your business, and maybe more than that, share a part of my story that could maybe change your life? And could I do that in 7 minutes? So let's see.
What's her name?
Okay.
What's her name?
What I love about this industry is that it requires you to grow, to climb, to develop, right? We're saying the same thing tonight. I love it when the Lord does that. He's telling you the same message through a lot of different people. Tells me I've got the right thing to share. Do you realize that most people work in jobs that they'll never be forced to grow? They're never going to be forced to self-develop, to challenge themselves? Seriously, think about it. You can go get a job and do exactly what they tell you to do, and do that over and over again, and it's job security. Most of the people you know and love, they're in the standard system. They don't even know there's another way. So why are we surprised or discouraged when someone doesn't see what we see? You should expect them to not get it. The whole world doesn't get it. But what we have here, what we're presenting, is a level playing field. In this industry, the biggest thing between you and your dream life is your mindset, right? There isn't a diamond over here who didn't figure out what their weaknesses were and limiting beliefs and make an intentional effort to grow and then overcome them.
Yeah.
Your thought life is your battlefield.
Yeah.
You have the ability to train these thoughts to work for you instead of against you. This is territory I know well. Taking my thoughts captive 20 years ago saved my life. Without taking you on the full tour, here's the overview. At 20 years old, I was diagnosed with a rare cancer, peritoneal mesothelioma. It's caused from asbestos, so I know a little thing about toxins, a little bit. Now this is where I usually tell you my story about how I dove into natural health, like my life depended on it, how I took all the supplements and I changed the diet, and I traveled to cancer clinics in Switzerland. I did all the things you could possibly do to save your life and battle cancer naturally. But if I told you that part of my story, I don't know that I would have been telling you the part that you need to hear. It's been 20 years since I was told I had an incurable cancer and that no one survived it. It was 20 years since I was told I had 6 months to live if I was lucky. Turns out I'm not lucky. I'm a favored child of God.
You! Amen.
It's been 10 years since I had a radical 12-hour, 21-procedure surgery. 10 years since I struggled after that surgery and spent 40 days in the hospital, 30 of them in ICU, where at every shift change, the doctors came through and in front of my mother, myself, talked about the 30-year-old girl who was dying because her body just wasn't coming back on after the surgery. 10 years since I kept declining after that surgery, and my weight got down to 82 pounds.
Whoa.
And 10 years since I made a desperate joke in my naturopath's office. I was going to get an IV, and I made a joke at 82 pounds about putting lipids in my bloodstream, in my IV, to get them in my bloodstream.
Wow.
And that joke was a turning point that likely saved my life. But I'm not going to tell you that story. Dalvin's going to have to ask me back. But it was the very beginning part of this journey 20 years ago, the week that I withdrew from college and I had surgery that I nearly died in. And that same week, I had a pivotal conversation with my surgeon. He told me, with his chin quivering, I think he knew more than I did what was on the line. What would happen if I didn't do exactly what he was about to tell me to do? He said, Shanna, when you start to research your cancer, you're going to come across some very disheartening statistics. And I need you to think about them correctly. If it says only 5% survive, you have to believe you're in that group. And for that group of people, they don't have 5% survival. They have 100%.
That's good.
And you have to believe you are one of them. You have to cling to it. And I did. I clung to it fiercely. And it was hard. But the bigger secret, the one he didn't tell me, was that you have to do it. You have to choose it over and over again. Just once isn't going to do it. You can't store it up. You can't choose it and say, oh, I chose that. I'm good. Nope. Can't borrow it. Can't store it up. Have to choose it again and again, every single day. I had to do it on the days I was too sick to get out of bed. I had to believe it the entire year I spent on my sofa with nearly 50 pounds of ascites fluid in my abdomen, watching my life just go by. I had to cling to that vision that I was 100% healed somewhere down the road. And y'all, it worked. In 2010, 10 years ago, I had a surgery that I went into it praying for just a few symptom-free years. And I came out cancer-free. He got it all. When I tell you that story, does it make you realize what you're really presenting to people when you present this opportunity? It's a chance to level up. Think about it. You're presenting them an opportunity to grow, to step into the best version of themselves, to find their summits yet to climb and climb them. To succeed, you have to go to battle in your mind and pull the weeds, close the roads that lead to fear, blaze new trails that match the dreams in your heart. Do the work to make your mind the fertile soil of your dreams. Develop this skill and then teach your team to do it too. If you do, I believe your Vasayo business will blow up. And more importantly, you're growing a skill set, a tool that may end up being the equipping they need to climb the summits they have to climb that they don't even see coming yet. Eric spoke straight to my heart, to my soul, when he said, you have to come off that summit and then use that experience to elevate others. That is what you get to do when you present this opportunity. So when you're in the trenches, getting no's, getting discouraged, and trying to cast a vision for the ones who cannot see, know that you are 100% in the elevation business. Thank you.
Please welcome to the stage, from the state of Missouri,